1 or 2 spoons of cacao is tolerant.
Selamat pagi Bapak Ibu sekalian yang kami hormati. Good morning, our distinguished guests. Thank you for joining us for the joint seminar between Tadulako University and the University Partners from Deakin University. Toyama Prefectural University will be rector of Tadulako University will present the topic about the advantage of the research collaboration. This is not about research, but we believe he also presents the research that is going, that some has been done with our university partners. And also we will enjoy some talk and opinion, his opinion about why we have to do, why we have to strengthen our research collaboration and cooperation in academic area. And the second speaker is Professor Testo from Deakin University. Thank you for joining us. She is the Director of International Research at Deakin University, and her research field is fish biology. Now we'll go to the first speaker, and Rector Tadulako University. Time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, good morning. Special our guest from Wadaya University, Tadulako. Thank you for this time. I try to deliver some information from our collaboration from 3 universities from Japan. Toyohashi University of Technology, Toyama Prefectural University, and the Sika University of Prefecture. The topic is the advantage of strengthening partnership through joint research and academic exchange. Collaboration is the source of the strong spirit to bring cooperation in research, academic exchange, and also learning system between our university and 1,000. But lack of the facilities to supporting research and other activities. So I try to painting our condition with all faculty and some institutes we have. Disparity to try to stimulate our spirit and also inspire to make strengthening collaboration with some university abroad. Digging university, I think this is a new partner, but for the future, I think to be a source of inspire for our staff in here, to strengthen the partnership. The second one, encouraging diversity in student and academic staff of Tadulako University, participation in the exchange program. What's the heading? We can increase on campus enrollment of international students from a diverse background to stay in Tadulako University. And the next, increase opportunity for the international research and collaboration for a faculty and study program. Diversity research area. Start with the aims surrounding the activities, particularly in Buboya, is area gold mining. It's a center for activity for collecting mining. This condition, Buboya area before understand land. This area is a sort of favorable to support, to fulfill the people in Palu City. But now you can see the area condition, degradation, land degradation. This is the sort of the water for Palu people, but this is dangerous to consume water from them. Preliminary reason. Some from the mining, if you compare the traditionally in modern collecting gold from the area, I think that traditionally is very dangerous for the worker and also for the environment. The negative impact, mercury to separate gold from the raw material. Reason in the Buboya collaboration with our partner university. Kami City at all 2000. The Kami team tried to collect some data from the 10 activity, sediment, atmosphere, university, particularly from the Faculty of Agriculture. Uswa and Isrul is a member of our team in 2012. Information about the content of the mercury from this area. And now, still running our research collaboration. Wahyudi, Hasan, and Isrul. And taking some the data from the sediment, the increasing of the state of organic matter from the total investigation tend to reduce content of the mercury in the plant tissue, but cane plant mercury content from the soil surrounding the as continuing from the collaboration international research, and then we make small scale in our university, depending academic atmosphere, inspiring and advantageous for all, for ourselves, for our university, and for our nation.
And good morning. And I'm afraid that's the extent of my linguistic abilities, so I'm going to be very professional. I guess because we are new partners, and because some of you won't know very much about the university perhaps, I thought I would begin by giving you just some brief history and overview of the university. University before I start talking about generally our research capabilities. So I'm not going to give you a talk on fish biology today, which I would like to do, but it's not for today. Deakin University has both metropolitan and rural campuses. Deakin is located the southern, probably one of the southernmost bits of Australia, mainland Australia, in the state of Victoria. It spans from, I think, Melbourne. Can you see that? Melbourne on the right-hand side, and then if you follow the road down the coast towards Geelong, we have two campuses at Geelong, the Waterfront campus and the Geelong Waterfront campus, and then further down the road is Warrnambool. And the numbers there reflect the number of students approximately at each campus. So just some history about Deakin. We're a fairly new university. We were created in the 1970s as one of Australia, and we're very proud of that. International students, and about 4% of these are Indonesian students. And there are students from over 100 countries, and about 3,000 staff, roughly. So the Geelong Waterfront campus is the university's headquarters. Professor Gary Smith works there, and also it's the chancellery where our Vice-Chancellor sits. It also has about 4,000 students there. The Geelong campus at Warrnambool is a focus on science and technology. It also has our medical school and has about 5,000 students. The Burwood campus is really the largest, especially in terms of undergraduate students and in terms of our international students. And there are 22,000 or so students there. And the fourth campus is at the bottom of the Great Ocean Road. Some of you may have heard of the 12 Apostles of the Great Ocean Road, very beautiful drive through the Australian coastline. And at the bottom of that Great Ocean Road is the small city of Warrnambool, and it has about 1,000 plus students there. And in addition to the on-campus students, we have about 12,000 students that study off-campus. Additionally, our faculties at Australian universities are not quite as numerous as the faculties of Indonesian universities. So we have 4 faculties that cover a wide range of disciplines. Then the Faculty of Science and Technology are particularly focused on training doctors for the regional and rural country side of Australia. This is underpinned by excellent biomedical research, a complete biomedical research program that's increasing in obtaining competitive funding from the government. And a very new centre that has just recently been constructed and developing is the Geelong Centre for Emerging Infectious Diseases. Now, we're lucky in Geelong, we have a very good medical health resource called Palu Health. We also have the flagship CSIRO Australian Animal Health Laboratories, which is one of the few in the world that has such excellent facilities that they can study very, very serious human and animal viruses there, things like Ebola virus and so on. So this is a collaboration between the Animal Health Labs, Palu Health and Deakin. And its particular focus is looking at infectious diseases and particularly and zoonotic diseases. So diseases such as dengue fever, malaria, bird flu, some of those HIV, and transmitted diseases that come to land, things like the Hendra virus as well. So that's something that's just really beginning to develop and get some legs. In terms of research performance, the Australian government carries out an audit, if you like, of research every 3 or 4 years. And our performance in the 2012 round of the Excellence in Research Australia showed that Deakin has 36 disciplines which are operating at world standard or above. And I've just listed some of those particular ones there that have received particular note. So you'll note that it includes not just, it includes human movements, health-related research, and also some educational research. So we carry out research at all 4 campuses, including Warrnambool campus, which is a campus that has some environmental and fisheries and education research going on there. We have 2 research students in 40 strategic research centres, as well as faculty research priority areas. So these are where we feel our research strengths are and where we like to concentrate our research supervision and collaborations in research training. So the 2 institutes we have, one is the Alfred Deakin Research Institute that sits in the Faculty of Arts and Education. And it's based at the Waterfront campus on social science and policy issues. The other institute is the Institute for Frontier Materials, and this is based at the Warrnambool campus, and it brings together a whole range of disciplines, including engineering, chemistry, biotechnology, material. There is a new centre called the Australian Future Fibre Research and Innovation Centre. And this is a collaboration between a number of parties, and it's looking at innovative fibre research, including carbon fibre. And as part of the purpose in fibre manufacturing and carbon fibre development, we're just opening a plant called the Carbon Nexus plant, which will be a pilot research plant which is aimed at producing commercially relevant quantities of carbon fibre. Another very new centre, one that is only just being established this year, is to provide solutions to enhance productivity, the quality of products, services, and environmental sustainability. So the 4 themes are intended to be delivered both nationally and internationally in research training. So we've got many international research partners in many disciplines and countries, and we're hoping that the consortium here today will become another partner for us in research. We have, in terms of international support for international research students, we have a competitive postgraduate scholarships of our own. These are highly competitive and only a few are awarded every year. We're also developing PhD co-supervisory partnerships with some of our partners overseas, where we share the supervision of a student who may spend some of their time in their own country and some of their time at the university to perform their PhD research. And we're hoping that this is a mechanism whereby the student and the research becomes a focus to bring supervisors together in collaboration in the future, so that it's a way of building research collaborations between academics at different institutions around the world. And then we really are very open to discussing models of international research supervision, including the possibility of joint degrees, shared models, and so on. So this is something that we're happy to discuss around international research training. So just some statistics of our international research students, or our total number of international research students. And these numbers change all the time because we always have people enrolling and also graduating. As of July 20, as of last month, we had 1,483 PhD students and master's students, but mostly PhD. Of those, 30% are international students, and we have 23 Indonesian students currently studying PhDs with us, which is 5% of our international load. And clearly, we'd be very happy if we could get that 5% up a little bit. So that's hopefully an underestimation of what the net is. And that we think is because we've been increasing our research profile. We've been developing the centres that I've been talking about. We have the institutes, and we have been hiring world-class researchers who come, and students want to come and study with them. So we think that this is partly the reason for this growth in research student learning. In terms of examination outcomes, and this is some data from 1999 to earlier this year, you'll note that 93% of all our postgraduate students pass at the first attempt, so which is an extremely high success rate. And the majority have passed by the second attempt. There's a very small minority that achieve a master's instead of a doctorate, are awarded no degree, or are invited to resubmit and decide they're not going to resubmit their thesis. So that's a very high success rate. And I have to say that when we look at how international students fare, they do particularly well and tend to be very successful and tend to finish their PhDs well within the time limit that they are allowed. And in fact, from that point of view, they do better than our domestic students. So that's really all I have to say. I just wanted to introduce you a little bit to Beacon and to our research profile. Down there, and I'll be very happy if anyone wants to contact me to discuss any further. So thank you.
I think some of the prospective PhD students of our faculty member are all here. So if you have some questions, please address directly to the Director of International Research of Deakin University. And also, our students are really keen to pursue your study to the university. There's some pamphlet and also available in our study, and then from desk, please collect some information for you. And now we move to the question. You can direct your question to the Rector of Tadulako University. Anything you want to ask, and we will be very happy to answer you, as well as Professor Tesco from Deakin University. Three questions.
From Patners University in Hong my question goes to Pak Rektor. It is very interesting because we also have a very similar issues in Ambon at the moment, and I would like to know whether the operation of gold mining here is the traditional one or the government operation. And if it is traditional, the result of your study is very interesting, but also provoking from my point of view. The question is that the result has been publicized, government, local government? The second question goes to test medical school. The question is, if I would like to, or we want to send our young staff to go to Deakin for the master's or PhD, is there any specific requirement from your perspective, or from Deakin University perspective? Thank you so much.
That we have some honorable guests around us, and very glad to hear the presentation from the professor from Deakin University. In our case today in Indonesia, that our government through educational department and culture would like us to publish as many papers as possible and to conduct research as many as possible, title proposed. And now it seems to be difficult for most of the academic staff or university staff to publish their articles. How about the possibility to have a kind of research sharing? And is there any possibility for the Indonesian teachers, lecturers from Deakin University to conduct or to write articles for journals? The second question is, in our case in Indonesian University, it's quite difficult to program research in the faculty level. But for the time being, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education in Tadulako University try to provide some funds for research around the academic staff for the faculty. And is this possibility, you think, help University of Tadulako to develop the research? And do you have any other experiences in Deakin University that can probably share with the Pak Rector, because he is now besides you, so probably Pak Rector can provide some funds for every faculties besides the research center that we have and funding from the government. And thank you for the chance.
The government have already issued regulation how to manage the gold mining over there. And also, the central government collaborated with the local government to make a good management, how to collecting raw material from the central area, and then how to transform or moving from the source of raw material to enhance the area processing. But the traditional worker, difficult to receive how to manage them and make approach feasibility of the modern activities. Why? Because they cooperate. So far, we call perwali, peraturan wali kota, suggestion that the traditional worker actually is to be a part of from the corporate to collecting raw material from the center until processing area. But so far, even though the policemen are from the Polda Sultan, but difficult to make equality efficient because depend on beneficial to take from this processing. I think this is the restrictive, difficult to make collaboration between the traditional approach processing and modern processing from the national cooperative from Jakarta. Thank you very much.
Okay, your question first about medical school. Yeah? So the medical school is a postgraduate medical school. So students who enroll to become doctors must have already had a first degree and then they're selected into the program. There is a cap on the number of international students who can enroll into the medical school, be a doctor in any 1 year. So that's the first thing. The second thing about research in the medical school does accept international students to study masters and PhDs. The criteria for enrollment into doing a PhD in the medical school are the same as the general requirements for Peking University. So I think that would be the language capability needs to be the equivalent of an IELTS 7, I think, in medical school, nothing below 6.5. It requires research experience and all the usual things for selection into the research programs. So the research is very much biomedical, some clinical research. You don't have to be a clinician in order to do a PhD within the medical school, depending on what type of research you think you're doing. So, for example, a number of the medical school staff work with the Centre for Emerging Infectious Diseases, and they have PhD students who are not clinicians. They might be interested in virology, biotechnology, molecular biology, and so on, as well as epidemiology. So I don't know if that answer your question.
Yeah, if I know a little bit more about this issue, because as a member of a joint selection team for OSAI, once we knew that someone from Indonesia, for instance, pharmacy, for instance, they have to have a special license from Australian government before they enter the program. So I don't know whether this is still going on or there is some way out of it, which make a little bit easier for the candidates to enroll directly to be a master for medical school or PhD. Because of course it's a different case. If in Indonesia he or she has become already a doctor, medical doctor, but does not necessarily she or can be a doctor in Australia, for instance. So she has a special license in Can that still be a case in Deakin University?
Yes. Well, certainly in the treatment of patients and acting as a doctor, then they would need to, I would imagine, and I'm not an expert, but I imagine that, well, certainly if they were going to practice medicine in Australia, they would need to be have passed the Australian medical board exams and so on, and have that license. If the type of research was not as a practicing, perhaps doing something with samples from patients that you never saw and so on, or you were perhaps researching into a disease question without actually being involved in the clinical care of patients. So they're very different things. Yeah. So yes, if we want to do clinical research as a doctor, you would need to be, I think, to be a practicing doctor in qualified in Australia to do so.
Masyarakat luas sudah tahu atau umum sudah tahu bahwa mesti di bahasa ini. Apology for this bilingual thing. Has been publicized the sort of the danger topic of the heavy metals for the environment. Thank you.
So the international program from Toyama Prefecture University, the geography, what's the name? Yeah, Journal of Technology Science, yeah. Get already published. Thank you.
Questions. I might take the second part of your question first, and then go to the first part. So you were talking about internal research funds, I think, and what we do at Deakin University around internal research funds. Well, we do have a number of mechanisms where researchers receive, individual researchers receive support. We have an annual round of minor research funding that's particularly aimed at, it's allocated to the faculties who run the scheme as a competitive scheme. And it has the dual purpose of, firstly, the succeeding money that will get a project started that may lead to national competitive funding in the future. But secondly, it's also a training mechanism for researchers, early career researchers, to learn how to put in a competitive grant application. So we have grant writing workshops that are available for our own career researchers around that purpose. Another mechanism of receiving research funds is obviously through the strategic research centres, who are allocated an annual budget for their disposal for enhancing the local, the centre's research. Some of that money is distributed to individual researchers. And the third mechanism is there is central money that the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Research distributes to the faculties, and it's at the discretion of the faculties how they use that money to support research. So some of that money might go into supporting international conference league, or supporting particular projects, or perhaps even supporting some journal article activities. So that's how we do internal support, and in general I think it's a pretty effective way of getting some projects to the next level where they might then attract external funding. Now, to the first part of your question, which was about publishing, and I might invite any of my other respond to this. I mean, it's not up to me to say that we could provide workshops on writing, because that's not something that I do, but it probably falls more into the remit of what we're looking at with the academic, the language academic and research centre here, and the kind of support that might be available when that gets up and running. In terms of writing articles with other academics at Deakin University, I think the important thing, certainly that's something that could happen, but the important thing there is first to establish a research collaboration and relationship with an academic in your field at Deakin University, and to either supervise, have a research project that you're both working on, your students are working on, and then out of that will come collaborative international arguments. So I do understand that the problem that many Indonesian academics face in publishing internationally, but I think it's really important that that when you're talking about collaborative publishing, it's based on a firm basis of collaborative research that you're both engaged in. So, I don't know whether you've got any other comments. So, thank you. Thank you for your question.
Thank you so much, Professor Esco. And thank you, Rector. We do hope that the process of pre-departure training that has been launched yesterday will help all our staff members at Tadulako University preparing our paper and ready to publish. So please keep communicating with us, and maybe we'll send a lot of email. Hope you don't bother to reply if sometimes it's annoying you. And because of the time, and today is Friday, we will continue the next speaker after the coffee break for 10 minutes. Wait here at 10:15. Thank you very much. The coffee is ready outside. Thank you.
Okay, so our conclusion is plant-based vacancy dependent on progress for the class. And we also find that the class is also involved in the control of smart and high speed thinker. Okay, so this is a model. So the plus regulation regulate both spatial certificates and program set-based in hypersensitive discourse. Okay. So this model allows two questions. Okay. How to focus? So pathogen is present outside of the cell. Chloroplast is inside of the cell. So how chloroplast know pathogen infection? Some kind of signal should be transmitted to chloroplast on pathogen infection. Another question is, how chloroplast control immune response? Usually, immune responses occur in nuclear T expression or cytokine. So, how chloroplast control these kind of autochloroplast responses? It is a second question. So, it is expected that the chloroplast produce a specific signal which control can be what is that signal? So in order to answer the first question, we focus on calcium ion in chloroplast, calcium ion dynamics in chloroplast. So we developed the system to measure calcium concentration in chloroplast. This is so novel one. So the result is here. In this case, plant immune response was induced by FLP22. This is a kind of this is a short peptide type of flagellin. Flagellin means, you know, bacterial protein. So bacterial protein induces very rapid calcium increase in thyroid. This is very well known phenomenon. So we found that further that FLT22 also induces long-lasting calcium increase in chloroplasts. So it means that somehow FLT22 induces calcium increase in chloroplasts. We could see the same result by using another protein, pathogen-specific model. So conclusion is pathogen signals are also rapidly transmitted to chloroplasts and evoke stomata calcium regulation. So in order to answer the second question, we measure phytohormone concentration after bacterial infection. So we measure salicylic acid, jasminic acid, ADA, cytokinase, AAA. So we found that pathogen infection induces a very quick, not so quick, increase of salicylic acid concentration within 2 hours. Blood line shows such kind of trace. And this salicylic acid induction was studied in Cas1 mutants. So salicylic acid is a very important signal molecule in plant defense response. So we found that FLT22 induced biosynthesis of salicylic acid dependent on immune responses. We examined gene expression. So how chloroplast regulates salicylic acid biosynthesis. This figure shows that salicylic acid biosynthesis pathway. Salicylic acid is synthesized in chloroplast by ICS1 and exported outside the chloroplast by EPS5. This is the kind of transporter. So we examined the expression of these genes in response to FLT20 in white parts, but not reduced in Cas1 deficient mutants. Okay. So in order to know the mechanism more deeply, we did so-called genome-wide expression analysis by microarray. So we identified 1,235 genes and genes largely overlap in FLT22 induced genes. So suggesting that Cas is responsible for FLT22 induced gene expression. So this candidate of signal which activates nuclear encoded gene by chloroplast. Some kind of hormones or reactive oxygen species and something we don't know much about. Gamma is a kind of protein in chloroplast, gamma mediated system. So we next examine whether which one is involved in Cas-dependent chloroplast signal. So we found that Cas-dependent genes are largely overlapped with singlet oxygen-induced genes. Okay. What is singlet oxygen? Singlet oxygen is one type of loss, and singlet oxygen is usually produced. So we found pathogen in this figure showed in NPQ value and time after FLT20 to 24. So we found the pathogen infection induced a rapid decrease in non-photochemical protein NPQ. Okay, so this is a model. Chloroplast-mediated immune signal. FLG induced chloroplast calcium signal, and the chloroplast calcium signal reduced NPQ decrease. As a result of calcium signal, NPQ decreases, and decrease of NPQ causes production of singlet oxygen. might be involved in the control of plant immune system. So it measures expression of self-defense genes or we found that expression of self-defense genes is dependent on light. In light condition, for example, EDS5 is induced very quickly, but not in dark conditions. And also we found that this induction of EDS5 is also suppressed by photosynthesis inhibitors. So the question is, conclusion is, defense gene expression is controlled by photosynthesis in chloroplasts. And we did further microanalysis and found that most of the defense-related genes result in plant immunity. First, pathogen signals are quickly delayed to chloroplast and generate a stromal calcium signal. And the chloroplast calcium sensor protein Cas is involved in the activation of immune responses by salicylic acid-dependent immunity and light signal to control immune responses in plant cells. So this is our finding. But in this case, deficiency of Cas reduces the activity of plants in plant immune responses. However, we could not see the enhancement of plant defense activity if we overexpress Cas in plant cells. So I would like to show you another case. In this case, we found this, we could succeed in the improvement of plants against pathogen to improve the defense responses in plants. So this story is different from Cas. In this story, we focused in EDS5. EDS5 is a kind of meta-type transporter. It's like promoter. So we found that EDS5 is localized at the surface of chloroplast. It means that EDS5 is the protein of outer membrane of chloroplast. This kind of technique, it means express EDS5 by using their own promoter, which may increase the tolerance of plants to pathogen. So this is my recent research. So I will just briefly show my collaboration program with Tadulako University and Kyoto Prefecture University. So our collaboration research focuses on cocoa, cacao. So sorry, I mistake. So you know, Indonesia is the third cacao bean producers in the world. Which one? Indonesia is here. So cacao farming in Indonesia is affected by a range of pests, and universities have limited resources of local culture of cacao and an excellent pisciculture technology to research in plant biology. So this is some varieties which were found in this area. So there are some kind of varieties of cacao. And yesterday, the day before yesterday, we visited the cacao farm. The various kind of cacao varieties were which produce different types of cacao. Some cacao should be tolerant to pathogens, and some cacao should be produce very good taste. So there should be some difference. So I see these things. So this is our purpose of research, to improve our So we like to improve our understanding of immune system mechanism by putting attention on cacao plants. So this research will cover several actions. First one is development of genetic markers to distinguish local particles exhibiting different resistance to diseases and productivity. And second is studies on immune signaling system in cacao based on our recent research outcomes.
From front of please raise up your hand and directly ask the question or comment. Anyone? You can speak in your own language. Even in bahasa Indonesia, via Indonesia. Mampu mengiris. Anyone? Ada pertanyaan? Boleh bahasa Indonesia. Profesor Zeno.
What I want to know experiment about the frequency for getting the mutation from your plants. How many frequency based on the number of seeds you irrigate and then to produce mutant plants. And the second is whatever the genes responsible for the mutation in shape of the plants and also you characterize. This for Professor Pujaman Suwanto. And I just also presented a question to Professor Sina, understanding of what's the gene in desert. I just want to know, we know the animal and human beings and some microbe also have the genes in chloroplast. Based on your presentation, whatever we can say, the animal and human being more sensitive to the disease compared to the plants, because the plants have chloroplast genes, which is responsible for making the plants more tolerable to some disease. And the second is, whatever the kinds of certain plants which has more chloroplast, that's one to indicate more tolerant to the disease compared to the kind of plant which is less number of chloroplast. I just want to know about your opinion about such a disease. Thank you very much.
Now for the orchid, so we just looking for the different banding. When you say the AFLP banding, so we cut the different band and then we sequence, and then so we're looking, we align with the NCBI data, so we know that the gene is different. But now we're looking indeed for the gene that comes from a flower, so we know that ABC model
the plant immunity is proportional to the number. Don't have any data, which, as I showed in my talk, in the case of EDS5, it is the transporter of salicylic acid in progress. Expression was restricted in epidermal cells. Usually, epidermal cells have very small number of brokers. So, I think the situation should be complicated than we imagine. So, and plant has root has no growth, but so we don't know much about it. But root has a kind of plastic which is not green, white, but it is positioned growth. And we could see the calcium transit induced by pathogen so be involved in some kind of defense response. But I'm sorry, unfortunately I don't have it. And the first question is, repeat the first question.
The plants has my question is, whatever animal and human being more sensitive to the disease compared to the plants? Because plants, there is the organelle for the plants, there is the organelle for chloroplast.
Plants and animals are quite different. They use different signaling systems. So I think it is possible for human cells to be more sensitive to pathogens and compared to plants.
So I would like to give a question because the time is very limited. Today is Friday and so very sorry. And many people already going to mosque. But we have a long break from now until about 1:30 or 2 hours, and you have a chance and would like to discuss with our two speakers. Please come back later. So would you give a big applause for today the organizer preparing for lunch 12:30 after Jumat Raya. This visit our expo just not far from here, Tadulako University. We will start the next session.
Palu to the atmosphere. Study areas, 5 days insight. Datalu plus West Sumatra, Takarashi, Makawi in Kalimantan, Palu and Patners Sulawesi. And process employed in the HDL site Takarashi employs floating machine type. Other than Takarashi, all wheel type employed. This is Takarashi village, central Kalimantan, floating machines. Samples were set at 7 locations on January 9, July 26, and 27 in 2009. There is a bonus of
near Station 1. This is a photo from also in Takashi. There is a banner, there is a chimney. This is the original. This is the third glass village, Karan, Jaya District, Aceh Province. 204 mills were operating. The third glass village, sunrise were set at 9 locations on July 29, 2010. The ASEAN branch were concentrated around Station 4. Maka, Central Kalimantan, 204 mills were operating. This is a photograph showing workers to describe about bees. This is starts from Anga. Luckily, sunrise was set at 10 locations. December 20. This is the oil mine site. And finally, Koboya, RCD, 760 extraction plants and 50,000 coal mills were operating. Very inside. Samples were set at 22 locations, including Palu City for contacts. To obtain special distribution for atmospheric dispersion model, samples were set at 13 locations on October 23rd to 24 last year. The difference between this one and this one is this location. Because this area is a data with directions like this. So we need data monthly concentration per cubic meters. The WHO guideline is 100 nanograms per cubic meters. Takaras village central coding machines. This is the spatial distribution or concentration of gases mapping in Takaras village. Horizontal axis is distance from pollution and vertical axis is concentration of gases mapping. On January 1910, the highest concentration, 730 nanograms per cubic meter, was observed near the horizon. The concentration did not exceed the WHO guideline, however, much higher level than the background observed. The large spread, 200 more minutes. This is a spatial distribution of micro concentration around the ASTM in the bars. The height of the bars proportional to the value concentration. This is the WHO guideline, 1,000 nanograms per meter. The concentration at Station 4 was 1,740 nanograms per cubic meters, exceeding the WHO guideline of 1,000 nanograms per cubic meters. Very high. This is the spatial distribution of the concentration of gas mapping in Maka. Horizontal axis distance from the ASCA plant. This line is WHO guideline. Mercury concentration exceeded 37,000 nanograms per cubic meter, which is 37 times as high as WHO guideline. It hardly increased below 100 nanograms per cubic meter, even with a distance of 4,000 meters from the ASTM site. All residential area was covered by high concentration of gases mapping. This is Tadulako 604 years. This is spatial distribution by Tadulako village of Sulawesi. In Manado city, the concentration of mercury was 2,600 nanograms per cubic meter, was observed inside of the extraction plant, Station 7. Both Station 9 and Station 8 show higher concentration than WHO guideline. The high concentration of mercury at Station 7 fall inside of the high ratio of mercury poisoning of In addition, 11% for mercury poisoning of the residents in the village could also attribute to the high concentration of gases mercury prevailing over the village. This is a special distribution of gases mercury in Palu from 27 to 28 October 2010. This height is WHO guideline. 47,000 nanogram cubic meters were recorded in the center of ASDA site on October Oboya site. In some residential area in the city, the concentration also exceeded the guideline. Articles of exposure of mercury on the earth of the residents over the entire region is highly concerning. This is the time variation of gaseous mercury concentration measured by the mercury monitor at Tadulako University here. Sometimes the mercury concentration exceeded WHO guidelines. By original pattern in mercury concentration was evident. Every night, room with high concentration of mercury attacked Tadulako University. This is the wind direction. This line is the wind direction. North, east, south, west, north. In the daytime, northern wind blow low concentration of mercury. However, in the nighttime, southern wind blow high concentration of mercury. Diurnal pattern of atmospheric mercury concentration was brought by a change in wind direction. This is a mercury dispersion model of the atmospheric atmosphere of Palu by a numeric simulation model. This is a mercury dispersion of the atmosphere line in Palu. This is Boya, another mercury here. The model reproduced blue is high concentration of mercury attacking Tadulako University. Mercury emission to the atmosphere are estimated by spatial as well. Reproduce spatial distribution. This is the spatial distribution of measured mercury. At night time, the wind blow brings high concentration of mercury from Oya. And this area in the daytime. This area. So, emission from Oboya is a model to find the best fitting to the measured concentration. Due to the diurnal pattern of wind direction, the emission from Oboya was calculated separately for the daytime and nighttime. This is a data set for simulation. This is daytime in the model was used as a measure by gaseous mercury concentration. This is a sampling location. And 7.2 kilograms per hour for daytime, 3.6 to 6.3 kilograms per hour for nighttime were assumed as for example, daytime it continued 11 hours and the hourly emission is 7.2 kilograms per hour, so emission is 79 kilograms. It is equivalent to annual emission of 53 tons per year. This is the time variation of mercury concentration in the midnight on April 23rd at Tadulako University. Also, mercury emission gave the best fitting to the measured concentration. 2.25 hourly emission as a nighttime for nighttime. Daily and annual emission can be calculated as multiple 15,000 multiple 12. We obtained 180,000 kilograms per year. 180 tons of mercury is consumed.
Maybe Tadulako University is totally dangerous and affected by the level of away from Mongolia. Alright. I would like to manage the discussion. We better to continue for second speaker. I would like to invite Dr. Tadulako summer school program organized by Patners. I would like to introduce Chai. His research area is plant taxonomy, plants, phytochemistry, and immobilization. Then we would like to deliver the nice topic of seminar today. This topic is research in Walela University. It's your time.
First of all, before I into my presentation, I'd like to introduce my university first. This afternoon, my session will be not happy. It will be like entertainment to you. I'll show you the presentation of my university, and then I'll introduce you to what we have in Tadulako University in general, all field research. Okay, one point we forgot to check is the sound system.
Established
been to our university, you will see this might be the presentation, right? Okay. The next thing I'd like to introduce to you what we have, what we do, the research in our university. Actually, I'm not really in charge of this, job duty. As one of the staff who working with the international student, when they told me that Tadulako invited us to come here, could you come? I said yes, I could, because I have had time to go to London already, and well, it can be combined and make it as a one trip, and it's good. Yes. Okay. I'd like to start my presentation. What we have, research. Okay. I'll talk this a bit again. We are new, very new. It's established in 1992. I guess it's auto. Second, fully autonomous state university. It means we are out of the usual governmental administration. Before, all universities in Thailand under this system, the old bureaucratic thing, and then I think that we should have a new system that the university can decide what they want to do, or can make their own budget or something like that. And this autonomous state system. And the name of Tadulako is named after one of the princess, the youngest daughter of the king, Princess Tadulako. And that's why we got the name Tadulako University. And it's located 780 kilometers south of Bangkok, not too far, only 1 hour by flight from Bangkok to the port. But if you take bus, it's about 10 or more hours. And we have about 40 academic staff, and right now, 8,000 students. It's 11 schools we have. For the research thing, these are the missions. We try to emphasize on area-based research. And to achieve academic excellence. Okay. For the output,